Good morning, class 8th students. We are back here for second chapter population C exercise. Exercise A short answers, exercise B distinguish between, exercise D choose the correct, and exercise E fill in the blanks and things to do we have done in previous classes. Now it's the time to go on this one exercise. Please concentrate for this exercise we'll be doing today. Okay, I'll be reading all the questions. Please be with me and pay attention. Question number 1. Take your pencil in your hand so that you can write with me on this. Mark it now in your textbook and later you can write in your notebook. First, what is human population or what is human resource? This answer is there in points to remember, page number 18. Second, why it is important for a country? Why it is means human resource is important for a country. This answer is also given on page 18 only. We'll take from the question, then we'll write because, then coming on page number 18. Like this, we'll do it. Question second, describe briefly the effects of overpopulation and underpopulation. This answer is on page number 13. First column on words we'll take. Then third question is briefly discuss how different factors affect the distribution of population. So we have to discuss how different factors affect the distribution of population. This is also again page 13 we will use. From there we can do it. Question 4. Why have death rate generally declined throughout the world? How has this affected the population of the world? This answer also will mark. Why have death rate generally declined? This fourth answer. This will be on page number 15. You can mention fourth answer, first part on page number 15, then second part you can write. Question 5. Mention the major characteristics of population and how do they reflect national level development. For C5, we have on page number 17 and 18. You can mention on page 17 and 18, we will see major characteristics of population. Then question number 6. What kind of information do we get from a population pyramid? Explain with an example how does it help us for future plan. This answer is on page 18. Please mention. Answer 6 is on page number 18. One by one, I'm giving you all the answers. Please be with me and pay attention. First of all, question number 1. What is human resource? Open your book, page number 18. Then second heading, in points remember. I hope you all can see human resource heading is here. This is human resource heading. Please see this heading. I'll be reading with you. People who work to produce goods and services give a country its literature, music, art and culture, and impart education skills to other people is known as human resource. You can write with pencil. First part of the answer is over. I repeat. People who work to produce goods and services give country its art and culture, literature, music, art and culture, and impart education and skills to other people is known as human resource. Now, for second part you have to open page 18 only. You have to open. For second part, open page number 18, and when you will see in second column, take from the question first. It is important. Which is important? Human resource is important for a country because. Now you will see page number 18. Second column, last paragraph. Healthy and educated people of a working age can contribute a lot towards a country's economic development. I repeat, healthy and educated people of a working age can contribute a lot towards country's economic development. So this is the second part of the answer long. I hope it's clear all of you. Now second question. Our second question is briefly describe the effects of overpopulation and underpopulation. So on page number 13 we can see effects. Actually impact is written, you have to convert them into effects. Cut the word impact and write EFFECT. Effects of overpopulation. When you will observe in second paragraph, line number 1, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th. So line number 5th, when you will take 6th line, you can take this heading, you can put due to the lack of good health care and education, People suffer from ill health and cannot develop skills to use their resources efficiently. This much you write. Then come on, next paragraph, third line. There is a depletion of resources such as fresh water, forest, and minerals. There is also population of the air. There is also a pollution. So there is also a depletion of resources such as fresh water, forest, and minerals. There is also a pollution of air. Pollution of air, water, and soil due to unscientific human activity. This is for effects of overpopulation. Now coming on effects of underpopulation, you can see below. These are effects of underpopulation. From second paragraph's last word, you can write there is a shortage of labor, meaning there are not enough people to do all the jobs that can be provided. Generally, food, shelter, health, care, and education are available to everyone. Full stop. However, goods and services may be expensive. However, goods and services may be expensive as production is low and the cost of hiring workers is high. The shortage of labor creates, now come on, second column, creates difficulties for industries that need a lot of workers like mining and construction. Like this on page 13, we have started from first column onwards. First one column having these lines, then second column, then for underpopulation also we have only one paragraph we have taken. This much is answer C2. Now let us see. C third question is saying what? C third question I have shown you, it was saying briefly discuss how different factors affect the distribution of population. See, distribution of population is here. There are physical factors and non-physical factors. First of all, from physical factors, we'll take landforms. We can write from the first line itself, plain have the highest concentration of population due to the flat land, which is suitable for agriculture, industry, and the development of transport facilities. From landform, we can write this much. Landform is a factor. Then climate factor. From climate factor, we can start from line number third or fourth line you can take. Regions with moderate temperature and abundant rainfall are heavily populated. Only two lines you can take, last two lines from this climate. Headings you have to put. Landform heading also you have to put, climate heading also you have to put, and soil heading you also have to put with black pen in your notebooks. Then in soil heading you can write areas with fertile soil are usually support large population. One line only you can write from there. Then open page 14. One more heading is there, availability of water. From that you can take first, second, third, fourth line. Third line onwards you can take areas having, from here you take areas having an abundant supply of water are densely populated. This much you can write, areas having abundant supply of water are densely populated. Then for mineral and power resource, if you want to write, you can write, it will increase your answer, so I'm not taking from this. It's not this much important. Now put heading non-physical factors. This you have to write, it is important. Socio-economic and cultural factors influence the distribution of population, political stability, the availability of education and healthcare facilities, and the presence of industries and employment opportunities are some of the conditions that encourage people to settle in an area. I repeat, socio-economic and cultural factors influence the distribution of population, political stability, availability of education and health care facilities, and the presence of industries and employment opportunities are some of the conditions that encourage the people to settle in an area. Okay, this much is enough. Like this, C third answer is completed. Let us see now C fourth answer. Question is saying, why have death rates generally declined throughout the world? What is the reason? So take patterns of population change. This patterns of population change you can find is here on page number 15. When you will open page number 15, you will find patterns of population change. In this from third line, you write, with the passage of time, especially after industrial revolution, the conditions of living improved. Better medical facilities were developed and the production of food increased, bringing down the number of deaths caused by diseases and starvation. Thus, the death rate declined. This much is enough. Then second part of the question is saying, how has this affected the population of the world? For second part, we have to take the answer portion. Take from the question, this led to. I have focus here. So you can see my this word. Here onwards you write, this led to. I read it. This led to the speedy growth of population. This led to the speedy growth of population of the world. Of the world is underlined here, you can see. So this you have to take. This is the second part. They're asking how has this affected the population. So this led to the speedy. First of all, you have to write from that page 15 and then you can write second part. This led to the speedy growth of population of the world. Now, we have question number 5. Mention the major characteristics of population. How do they reflect nation's level of development? So we can write here are factors on this. When you will see page number 17 or 16, you say on page number 16 there are characteristics of populations are there. This is first point is there, age composition. I hope you all can see age composition, sex ratio. Only you have to write their name in first part. In first part you have to write their name. Then gradually in second part we'll write about them also. Okay, sex ratio, age, age composition. Then there is more is there. You can see. Then we have on page number 18 working and dependent population. This is one of the factor. And then we have this one also, population pyramid, also one of the factor it is there. Okay, so these are the 4 factors which are there, which we have to write only name. Mention the major characteristics of population. These are the characteristics of population. Now one by one we have to write about them. Let us see first one. When we'll open age composition, from line number 4th you see the relatively, mark from here, I repeat, the relatively advanced countries have more people aged above 65 years in the population less than advanced countries have. The relatively advanced countries have more people aged above 65 years in the population than in less advanced countries. Okay, so less advanced countries do not have this many people. They are dying. As they are growing old, they are dying. So this is one of the effect of this age composition. For sex ratio, you have to take from next page number 18 onwards. See here, you can write like this from page 18. It is about sex ratio. In India, there are more males than females. This is largely due to the general neglect of the families throughout the country. General neglect of females throughout the continent, leading to their early death. One more point we have to write. We can write developed countries where females have a higher life expectancy and generally outnumber males. Means in Asian countries usually females are not supported, while in other countries they are given a lot of support. So developed countries have a good number of females than males. Then for working and dependent population, we have this point. Please see. We can write from this line. I have put an arrow for you. Count the lines from the top. First, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh line onwards. You can write. The population or working population, put with pencil. This section of population, you make it cut. This section of the, and write working population is engaged in activities or agricultural, industry, trade and other economic activities. I repeat, working population is engaged in agriculture, industry, trade and other economic activities. This section supports the dependent population. In most advanced nation of the world, the percentage of dependent population is low. So like this, they are increasing economic development of a country. In this way, you can write, repeat here, working population is engaged in agriculture, industry, trade, and other economic activities. This section supports dependent population in most advanced nations of the world. The percentage of dependent population is low. So, like this, we can increase our economic development if we are following this rule. Working and dependent population means dependent population should be less and working population should be more. So, if we are having more working population, we can easily achieve our economic value. Now, we have question number 9 here now. Sorry, question number 6 we have. What kind of information do we get from a population pyramid? Explain with the help of example. How it helps us for planned in future. So for this we can open this page number 18 only, and when you will see second column, population pyramid heading is there. First of all, we have to write what kind of information do we get from population pyramid. From beginning line onwards you can write. I'm reading for you. A population pyramid, also called an age 6 pyramid, is a diagram which helps us to study the age 6 composition of a population. This was our short answer. Now for this we have to continue. It divides the total population into 5-year age groups. It shows the number of people or the proportion of the total population in each age group separately for males and females. It thus gives us the number of proportion of males and females in the working and dependent population. It also tells us about the birth and death rates and the life expectancy. So this much we have to write about a population pyramid. I repeat, first part of the population pyramid. A population pyramid, also called an age 6 pyramid, is a diagram which helps us to study the age 6 composition of the population. It divides the total population into 5-year age groups. It shows the number of people or the proportion of the total population in each age group separately for males and females. It thus gives the number of proportion of males and females in the working and dependent population. It also tells us about the birth and death rates and the life expectancy. Second part of the question, explain with an example how does it help us to plan future. For example, given below, a high death rate would mean the need for better medical facilities. A large proportion of young people in the population could mean the need for more schools and colleges to educate them, and so on. So like this, you can take India. In an example, in India, a high death rate is there would mean need for better medical facilities. More medical facilities has to be improved. A large proportion of young people in the population, when it is shown in a, suppose in developed countries, if a large young people population of shown, then it means that need for more schools and colleges to educate them, and so on. Like this, we can proceed for our answer C completed. Answer exercise C is completed. Last answer was 6, so this is completed. Now we are coming on holiday homework. Dear students, pay attention. This is our holiday homework, class 8. Subject geography, holiday homework. Complete neatly in your notebook all question answers. Distinguish between long answers of chapter first, second, and third. First, second, and third, and then you have to learn them by heart. What is completed in online class, that has to be completed. This is first priority. Then you have to make 2 practices, one in rough notebook, other in your geography fair notebook, of the following. Draw carefully and neatly different types of settlement pattern diagram. I have already given you this, given on page 8 in figure 1.9. You can open and you can see and you can draw carefully. Draw neatly 2 boxes of conventional symbols given on page number 3, figure 1.2. That also you can draw it. Okay. Draw neatly 3 population pyramid graph and label them nicely given in 2.3 on page 17. Got it? This you can take like this, and then I have this much for you. So like this we have completed. Draw 3 population pyramid graph and label them nicely given in page 17 and figure 2.3. 2.3 figure it is. I hope you all can do it. Wish you all the best. Complete your holiday homework on time. And in next video, we'll continue chapter 3rd. Chapter 3rd is also coming in your unit test class 8. So don't forget that only 2 chapters are coming. Your 3 chapters will be coming in your unit test. So be ready for revision test also will be there. Revision test 2 will be given in your next class, as well as chapter 3 reading will be there. Okay, wish you all the best by the time. Take care. Goodbye.